I reckon I play games at least twice a week if I can get the time, because it's tougher to find the time than it used to be.
Part of my job is miniature wargaming, so I do that when I can too in my spare time. Well, being that it's part of my job pretty much every day.
Usually at least every couple of days.
A fair amount, definitely several times a week. I've got a bunch of different consoles. Being that I work for a games place, it's real easy to pick up something new, try something different.
Spare time goes between sort of socialising and gaming and just your regular TV movie type entertainment.
Go out with my friends, gigs, drinking, but I do a lot of gaming as well, computer gaming.
If you're playing games, you're kind of exercising your brain, and I think that if I look back on all the games that I've played and some of those ideas that have come up in games and some of those sort of mental arithmetic exercises, I think they've really helped.
In moderation, computer gaming teaches a lot of skills, hand-eye coordination.
I actually think they're a benefit to kids, especially with modern systems you've got these days with the Wii and that kind of stuff, encouraging them to use movement and that kind of stuff, solving puzzles, thinking and that kind of gear. It's definitely not a waste of time. It's definitely good for kids.
If kids want to, basically exercise their brains, video games are a great way to do it.
Yeah, things like you learn at school, maths, a lot of games nowadays feature a lot of that in their gameplay. It teaches social interaction, especially in human gaming, instead of just sitting in front of a computer. You learn to be with people when you game.
Some of the things that you come across in video games are practice for social situations as well. So you might be able to practice your manners, or you might be able to sort of practice your talents in talking to people.
Made online friends that I'll talk to when I'm playing games and that sort of thing. I haven't met anyone in real life through games because that's not really what interests me about it. Like if I go on and play a game and chat to someone, all good, but got no real desire to meet them in real life.
Kids, no, I think kids should play video games because it has a social aspect. They could be playing with games with their mates and things on the multiplayer games on the Wii or on the PlayStation or whatever. And role-playing games, you actually interact with each other. You play out ideas and you get creative.
A bunch of my friends, friendship circle is people who play games as well, that kind of stuff. My girlfriend also actually works for the people I work for, so I met her through the company. Basically, games got me her.
Even met my fiance through gaming. So, majority of my friends, gamers as well, or I met them through it, or even introduced them to it. So, plenty.
It sounds stupid, but you got to keep the kids off the streets, because if they're not playing video games where they're, where they get to exercise some of their ideas, maybe some of the, get a little bit of violence out of their system, then maybe they're out there doing it for real when they shouldn't be,
In moderation, of course. I mean, sitting in front of a computer all day is no good.
Yeah, as long as they're not being used as a babysitter by parents, that's probably my only real gripe with it. But if their parents are getting involved with the kids at the same time, then all the better. But certainly not a waste of time.
I think kids should be playing games because it gives them spatial geometry exercise. It gives them a bit of a feel for how things move in 3 dimensions, which really helps in a lot of situations. Like when you're learning how to drive, good gamers make great car drivers.
Yeah, I think they're a really good way to keep them entertained. Lots of fun.
The cool thing about friends you meet through gaming is that you've instantly got something in common. You've got something to talk about, and those topics of conversation can just go on for years. You can talk about the latest video game, because they keep coming out. And some of the friends that I've met in role playing, I'm still friends with, from the age of 11. And we still hang out, 20 years later. So I'm thinking that the friends that I'm making now through role-playing games and through video gaming, I'll probably have for a long time too. Yeah, I think kids should be playing games a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about having fun. Kids should be out there having fun, whether it's playing sport, playing video games, whatever. It's all good. As long as they get a bit of a mix of everything. But yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I said, I think it's a benefit. I think it helps them, develop mentally and physically. So definitely not a waste of time.
Excellent. All right, thanks for that.
All right.
Well done. Thank you.
It's hard to ramble when there's a camera on you.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, well.